Hi, what's going on, guys? Trey back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another video giving my opinion on the Tyreese saves baby Judith in the Walking Dead television series, Season 4, Episode 8, Too Far Gone theory. Okay, so I recently did a video talking about whether or not I thought baby Judith was alive or dead after the mid-season finale for The Walking Dead Season 4, Too Far Gone. And for this one, it was pretty divided. About half the people, last time I checked, I did a thumb up or thumb down type of poll system, and usually works pretty well, and it seemed to be about half and half. Half the people who watched the video think she's alive, half the people who watched the video think that that she's dead. So that said, people started, commenting like crazy back and forth. You had a lot of different, comments about it, and I reviewed a good amount of them, and a good number of people sent me private messages, probably about 5 or 10. The popular theory right now is that Tyreese basically saves her, grabs her out of the the baby carrier or whatever, and runs off before Rick and Carl stumble over there. Now, when does the scene take place? Well, I'll show you like a GIF of it, some quick pictures so we can analyze it in a minute. But basically, this occurs, you can watch it yourself when you watch the episode, directly after the Michonne kill on the governor. So Rick's fighting the governor, Michonne steps in, stabs him in the back, he goes down, Rick starts looking for Carl, and Michonne goes back to look at the governor at her kill, so to speak. Then it cuts over to the tank, which is shooting at this balcony type part that comes across, connecting two of the prison blocks, which is elevated, and under it you've got Tyreese running, and you see it get blown up by the tank. It's a scene where the tank shoots it and destroys that part going across between connecting the cell blocks. So underneath it, Tyreese runs through, and you can clearly see that on his back he's got his rifle, which he was firing earlier when he was looking for the girls, if you remember. So he was in that area where the baby carrier was because the girls put it down when they came through and saved him, basically. So then after that, he said, hey, where are you going? We're going that way. So then they run off, and he basically runs off, and we don't know. Next thing we know, we see him run through underneath that part. The tank shoots it, and he's got a gun across his back. So let's go ahead and take a look at the shots because it looks like he is carrying something. So as you can see, the scene was really fast. That was twice, and you probably still didn't catch it. So let's slow it down and let's see it. Let's see that in an instant replay. Still didn't see it? Okay, 25% speed. Still kind of fast. Okay, half of that. Okay, so if you guys want to see it over again, you can go ahead and rewind the video, use your YouTube slider controller for video play, and go back and check it out in the last time, especially when I slow it down to, I guess it would be 12.5% speed. Half, 3 halves, right? So yeah, so you can clearly see when he's running underneath the balcony part that goes across the connector as it gets shot by the tank, that he's got his gun over his shoulder and he's clearly doing this. Clearly doing this. So, yeah, I mean, that's about as much proof as I need. Now, there are some write-ups online for the theory, like you can look into. I'll put the links in the description for them, where you can kind of read about how the buckles are still in good condition. They don't look to be ripped off or anything. And a zombie, if it was like, if the baby was buckled in, a zombie wouldn't unbuckle her. It would just like, rip at her type thing. And I do agree with that's true. It wouldn't be like, oh, hey, let me just unbuckle this here. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So, and Tyreese was in that exact area right before that scene. It's just that it cuts across and cuts through so fast, and this scene is so quick that if you're not really looking carefully, you'll miss it. So in my video, when I said before that I thought that Judith was dead, I'm going to have to go ahead and correct that and say publicly to all of you guys that I was wrong. I'm man enough to admit that I was wrong. I think for me this is pretty conclusive. When you see him running like that, it just doesn't make sense if a tank's firing into you for you to be running like this for any other reason. Why do I say that? Well, I mean, just from when you look at his body language, right? You can see. I mean, if you're running, you usually normal movement would be like this. You'd have the gun over the shoulder, and you'd be pressing it like that type thing. But he's clearly not. He's clearly got his elbows bent inward. You can see that, and it's clearly going side to side. So, if you guys didn't get a good enough look at it, because I know it's quick, I'll put the link in the description to a GIF you can watch, which is in black and white, or of course you can just rewind this video and you can see it again, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So, like I said, man enough to admit it, I was clearly wrong. Judith lives, I would have to say, from this new evidence brought forward. This for me is conclusive enough proof. If she didn't live after seeing this, slowing it down and everything, and looking at it very closely with a trained eye, yeah, that would be really strange. So at this point, I gotta say, Judith clearly is not dead, and I think Tyreese has her. So we'll see what happens when the show returns. But it looks like to me that we're going to find out probably in the first episode that Tyreese did in fact go back and find her, see her, and take her with him. So let me know what you guys think about that. Is there anybody that still isn't convinced? Let me know if you're not, if you disagree, or you think he'd be running like this for some other kind of reason. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say about this one. Thank you guys so much for bringing this to my attention, because it was really cool for me to like slow it down and look at it and say, hey, wait a minute, let's see that in an instant replay. And then as I watched it a few times, I'm like, oh shit, yep, it's a no-brainer once you see it. Once you see it, it's like, oh damn, yeah, I can't believe I didn't notice that. But it's so quick that you wouldn't notice it unless you do slow it down. It's the only way you're going to see it. Anyway, like I said, links will be in the description. Go ahead and watch the video again if you guys have to, if you don't see what I'm talking about. And yeah, let me know what you think. I'll call it here. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'm saying peace.